It's 3 a.m. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're thinking about something you said 7 years ago to a stranger in an elevator, and your whole body cringes. Right now, as you read this, you can probably summon your own version of this moment instantly. Everyone has one. A joke that landed wrong, a typo in front of the whole office, tripping in front of people you'll never see again. This has a name. Psychologists call it rumination, and it's not a personality flaw. It's a specific, measurable malfunction in how your brain ranks memories. But here's the part that changes everything. The moment you're replaying probably wasn't nearly as visible as you remember. In the year 2000, a psychologist at Cornell University decided to prove exactly how wrong your memory is. His name was Thomas Gilovich, and his experiment is one of the strangest in the history of social psychology. He recruited a college student as a test subject.
Then he handed that student a T-shirt with a giant picture of Barry Manilow's face on it. Not a cool band, not an ironic shirt, a deeply, almost painfully uncool shirt. The student was told to put it on and walk into a room full of strangers. Before he walked in, he had to guess one thing. How many people in that room, he predicted, would notice the shirt? His guess? About half the room. Then he walked in, sat down, endured it. Afterward, Gilovich asked everyone else in the room a simple question. Did you notice what he was wearing? The real number wasn't half the room. It was 23%. Less than a quarter of people even registered it. Gilovich called this the spotlight effect. The core finding: you believe you're standing in a spotlight, but almost everyone else is living inside their own spotlight, worrying about themselves. Nobody has the spare attention to fully witness your mistake. They're too busy starring in their own imaginary movie. But this raises a darker question.
If almost nobody noticed, why does your brain still replay it in perfect detail years later? To understand that, we have to go back further than Gilovich, back to your ancestors. For most of human history, social rejection wasn't embarrassing. It was lethal. If your tribe decided you were foolish, unreliable, or strange, they could simply leave you behind. Outside the group, there was no food sharing, no protection, no one to warn you about predators. So your brain evolved one job above almost all others: never let social mistakes go unremembered. This is called the negativity bias. Your amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure deep in your brain, tags emotionally threatening moments with a chemical stamp. That stamp says, "Store this permanently. Do not repeat this." Meanwhile, ordinary moments, what you ate for lunch yesterday, get almost no chemical tag at all. That's why you can't remember Tuesday's lunch, but you remember exactly what you said in that elevator. Your brain wasn't malfunctioning. It was following a 300,000-year-old survival script. But here's where it gets worse. In 1991, psychologist Susan Nolan-Hoeksema studied why some people recover from these moments quickly and others don't. She found that people who ruminate, who replay the moment again and again, aren't processing it. They're rehearsing it. Each replay strengthens the exact neural pathway it's supposed to resolve. It's like picking at a wound to make sure it stays open. Nolan-Hoeksema found this pattern was strongly linked to anxiety and depression, not because the original moment was dangerous, but because the replaying itself had become the threat. So you have two systems working against you at once: an ancient alarm system that overtags social mistakes as dangerous, and a modern habit of replaying that alarm until it feels louder than the original event. But there's a third factor, and it's the one nobody warned you about. Your ancestors' mistakes disappeared. If you embarrassed yourself in front of 30 people around a fire, 30 people eventually forgot, or died, or moved on. The mistake had a shelf life. Now think about your own mistakes.
A message you sent, a comment, a video where you tripped. These don't fade. They're stored, indexed, and searchable, sometimes forever. Your ancient brain was built for mistakes that expired. It was never built for mistakes that live in permanent storage, technically visible to millions of strangers forever. So your alarm system, built for a village of 30 people, is now running on a planet of 8 billion. No wonder it never fully shuts off. But let's return to Gilovich, because his research didn't stop at one t-shirt. He ran the experiment again and again. Different shirts, different rooms, different students. The number barely moved. Roughly 1 in 4 people noticed anything unusual at all, and of those who noticed, most forgot within a day. Gilovich later tested this with actual embarrassing behavior, not just clothing. He had participants make an awkward comment during a group discussion, then rate how badly they thought it damaged the group's opinion of them. Then he asked the actual group. The gap between what people feared and what others actually remembered was enormous, every single time. This is the pattern behind almost every 3 a.m. memory you've ever had. You are not remembering how the room saw you. You are remembering how you saw yourself, filtered through an alarm system that was never designed to be accurate. It was designed to be loud, loud enough to keep you inside the tribe. Nothing more. So here's the moment we need to sit with. Somewhere right now, the stranger from that elevator is not thinking about you. They are almost certainly replaying their own elevator, their own typo, their own trip in front of strangers. Everyone is the lead actor in a movie, only they are watching.
And every single one of them assumes you're watching theirs. Nobody is watching anyone as closely as they think. This doesn't mean the discomfort isn't real. The alarm still fires, the chemical tag still gets stamped, but you can now name exactly what's happening when it does. It's not proof, it's not evidence. It's an ancient survival reflex firing in a world it was never built for. So tonight, when it's 3 a.m. again and the elevator comes back, you can remember the number. 23% noticed, most forgot by the next day. You weren't in a spotlight. You were standing in a room full of people, each lost in their own. And the only person still holding the memory was you. Which means, for the first time, you get to decide when to put it down.